It is Friday. We have made it almost to the weekend, Nicole.
We have. It's great. It's the last weekend of October. So,
oh my goodness, yeah.
I know, which is
Wow.
bonkers to say. So, I'm very excited. Lots of things to look forward to. Of course, this is kind of the weekend that a lot of people make it like Halloween weekend, because obviously Halloween is on a Tuesday this year.
That is right.
Yeah, so here on Studio 10, there is a local haunted house called Awaken. It's over in Leslie, and so we went behind the scream.
No, I like that.
Yeah, no, but seriously, it was so cool because they didn't have any actors when we walked in, and we got to see all the details, which kind of made it a little bit more scarier.
Wow.
So, we're walking through, and, it's like a story. A lot of the haunted houses have a little bit of a story. And so the story, took us, in a freezer. And they were showing us, how they make it cold, how they make it look like snow.
Wow.
I know. So all the little details that you can't notice when you're running around because you're so scared.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool to kind of showcase all the work and the effort that goes into these. So I'm really excited. Claudia's been working on that because all three of us went. It's called Awaken in Leslie, and check it out this weekend. Tune in today, obviously.
Yeah.
But and see. But yeah, it was even scary without the stuff.
funny.
But it was cool because they even made ways to reach all of your senses. So they did stuff with sight, hearing, also smell.
Ooh.
So we were in the
Ooh.
circus freak show part of the haunted area, I guess, and it smelled like animals.
Ooh, okay.
I know. I'm not kidding you. It's so crazy. So definitely check it out, Behind the Scream.
How long does this go on for? Because I know Halloween,
It
obviously
goes
Tuesday.
until Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not on actual Halloween, but they have escape rooms there too. We also went into that, but that we'll save for another day. But we did escape. Obviously, we're here. Maybe not on time.
Okay.
But yeah, so we have that on our show today. Plus, we have Jessie Adams, who is a local singer. She did a lot over the summer, and actually, if you've ever been to the Harris Nature Center in Hazlitt, the one of the employees that works there, that's her daughter. So it's kind of like a small world. So she just came out with a new song, and so we're gonna have her on. We're gonna catch up with her. It's just cool because we saw her when she was first started to kind of perform at different local venues, and now she's a new song. So we
That's
just
awesome.
like to support her on her journey. Plus, what else do we have for you today? The City Rescue Mission. They're stopping by because, as we kind of close out 2023, believe it or not, they're seeing more of a need in the community for a lot of their services, and they've expanded their services to hopefully a new building, but they need money to do that. So we'll talk a little bit about how you can be a part of that process. And then we're ending it out because Rochelle and I are competing against the other media venues like WLNS and Fox 47 in in the go-kart casket races. So
At high caliber.
Yes. So we are previewing that.
Let's go. Do you feel ready?
I'm a little nervous.
You got it. Just pedal to the metal.
I know our costumes are going to be awesome. And someone from sales is driving the car, so we just have to do the other stuff.
Oh,
so
good.
I'm
All right.
fine.
Sounds good.
We're fine. So yeah, it's going to be a well-rounded show. A little bit of community service, a little bit of, a whole lot of community, and a lot about Halloween too. So definitely tune in at 3 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole.
Yeah,
Sounds like
thank
a
you.
lot of fun. Like Nicole said, coming up at 3 o'clock. You can watch Studio 10, and here are all of the different social media ways that you can stay connected with Studio 10. All you have to do is look up at WILX Studio 10. If you miss them at 3 o'clock today, which they're coming up in just over 45 minutes, or wait, yeah, just over 45 minutes. There you go. Had to do math real quick on this Friday. And of course, if you want to go back and rewatch anything, if you want to see what they're doing with the whole behind the scream at Awaken and Leslie, go check that out. So lots of fun. We have Colton here, of course, standing by, fixing a little microphone. I know you're
Gotta
taller
raise
than
it
the
up a
rest of
little.
us.
Well, I got something on my glasses. I can't see anything.
I know. I was surprised you weren't. What did I call you? Contact Colton. You weren't Contact Colton
I know, today. I just, do you ever have those mornings you just wake up and you're just like,
Your eyes are like, we're not ready to
doing it
wake up.
today.
No.
That was me today. So, Now I can see. There we go.
There you go.
But yeah, weather-wise, today is warm. It's not bad out.
Yeah, no, it's
I was
good.
just outside not too long ago. It's pretty nice out, but things are going to change moving forward in a significant way heading into this weekend, so that's something to keep in mind. And I want to show you kind of a different way of talking about the cooler air that's coming by looking at a certain type of temperatures.
Yeah, wanted to show this real quick just to show all the clouds and then head over to what Colton's talking about.
Yeah, so what I did here, where you see the blues and purples and pinks, that's the colder air.
Oh.
Not sure what's going on.
Something's going on over there.
But
it's been a very busy day in here.
But the green is where we have the warmer temperatures. So obviously you can see that there's a front right here, a cold front, and that cold front's going to get here later on tonight.
Oh boy!
And then we're going to see some cold air. So I'm going to play this through and watch what happens.
Ooh.
This moves really fast. I have to
That did
slow
move
it down.
very, very fast. It was 7 a.m. I was like, wow.
But as we head into this weekend, we get into the blues, and then watch what happens as we get later into the week. We see even colder air come in. I need to slow down this graphic. I apologize. When I played it through, it looked okay. Now it's not looking okay. I'll fix it. But anyways, as we get into Tuesday, obviously we don't see the warmer air in place. We're right in the middle of the colder air, and Tuesday is Halloween, and we're going to be tracking some very chilly air that is going to be in place by that point. So looking at the 10-day temperature trend, we go from the 70s today to the 50s tomorrow to the 40s on Sunday to the 30s on Tuesday. So we are going to see our high temperatures fall significantly heading into next week, and the coldest day does appear to be on Halloween itself, with temperatures only in the upper 30s for daytime highs, and then we'll rebound a bit heading into next week, but even then it's still pretty chilly with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. More of the reason to get outside and enjoy the nicer weather. MSU is looking quiet right now, and one thing I've noticed that with the wind, we've lost a tremendous amount of leaves, so it seems like we went right past peak fall color to past peak in a lot of areas that have lost those leaves already, but we are seeing cloudy skies, but we have seen some breaks in the clouds too, so there have been some peaks of sun already today, and there may be some more before the afternoon gets here. So looking at satellite radar, I drew where the cold front is, still into Wisconsin, so it has a ways to go, but it will be making its way into our region later on today, and that's going to bring us a chance at seeing some showers and thunderstorms as well as we head into the evening hours of our Friday. But until then, we still have the dry weather in place and just a few clouds from time to time. Temperatures right now are in the 60s and 70s, up to 71 now in Lansing, 72 in Jackson, 72 also in Hillsdale. So we've been talking about how we were going to probably squeeze out another 70-degree day today, and we certainly have, and it's nice to have it while we do, because things, again, like I mentioned, will change. If you have any Friday night plans, I know high school playoffs are happening tonight for football. We'll see temperatures in the 60s and 70s this evening, but then eventually chances for rain will start to creep up. Now, another thing about today and the past couple of days has been the wind. We've seen a strong southwest wind between 15 to 25 miles per hour with its gusts. And we're going to see this wind continue to be strong throughout the rest of the afternoon and into the evening. But I want to play this through what happens later on into tonight. After that front comes in, notice how we see the winds change direction, coming more from the northwest by the time we get into tomorrow. Now, the winds are not going to be quite as strong tomorrow, but they're going to be from a completely different direction, and that's why we're going to see the colder air work its way in. So let's talk about the rain chances here with the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, throughout the next couple of hours, if you have any early Friday evening plans, this should be okay. But by the time we get probably closer to 7, 8 o'clock or so, we start to see some of these scattered showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms work their way in later on this evening. And it's all thanks to that cold front that's going to be coming in. And all of this kind of pushes out of here. I would say midnight is a good cutoff, but maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, we still have a few lingering showers, but then it's all out of here by tomorrow morning. And Saturday's looking like a dry day with some sunshine from time to time. But then as we get late Saturday and into Sunday, our next storm system comes in. Looks like all of my graphics are moving really fast.
Zoom in.
I'm not sure what that's about. But Sunday we're going to have another chance of seeing some rain. So looks like the weekend again is going to be dealing with some unsettled weather. But if you wanted to do anything outside, Saturday's the better day. 51, partly cloudy sky. And then on Sunday we have those showers. Temperatures are likely going to be stuck in the 40s, so it does look like it's going to be a chilly second half of the weekend across the area. Now
you're seeing the 30s, and that's cold, but in a little bit you're going to show something worse probably.
Yeah, so we have 30s for overnight lows coming back. Eventually we'll have 20s for overnight lows.
Oof.
And with that chance of seeing some snow.
Ooh,
So
no.
we continue to see it in our computer models. It's not backing down at this point for Tuesday. So I'll show you here that we'll have a quick moving storm system come in on Tuesday.
Yikes.
And there it is. So Tuesday evening, which of course is Halloween. So a lot of people trick-or-treating Tuesday evening.
Well, this is frightening, Colton.
A frightening, a spooky forecast.
Oh, yeah.
But we may be talking about our first snowflakes of the season
Yikes.
coming up on Tuesday with some snow showers that are possible. I still don't expect it to be anything major. But one thing we'll keep an eye out for, if we do see some of this, low temperatures Tuesday night are in the 20s.
Ooh.
We may be talking about if we get any moisture on the roads, especially bridges and overpasses, that there may be a few slick spots by Wednesday morning. Something we'll be keeping an eye on. Again, we're about to wrap up October and get to November, so not that atypical.
No,
see
but
our
I feel
first
like
snow.
every Halloween especially is always really cold. I don't know, even when I used to trick-or-treat back in the day, that feels like forever ago, because it was. But, like, I feel like it was always, like, raining or just the coldest day or, like, snow, like you're saying. Not good.
Yeah, end of October, not the
Yep.
best time of year for
No.
us. And not going to be the case this year, as we do have the chance of seeing a few snow showers, again, for the first time this season. I'm excited for it. I love the snow. I want to see it. I always like that first snow.
It's nice, but I feel like in October, like, maybe
Yeah.
wait till a little bit into November.
Well, and this is our first snowflakes. It's not
Right.
like our first like major snowfall event by any means. So we're not going to see a ton of accumulation with this. Maybe some on your car or something like that. But ground temperature is obviously way too warm for this. So
Do you think people will need any of the little brushes to wipe off any
maybe
snow?
maybe
Okay.
if it comes down good enough, cars get colder than the ground, so that's possible. And we will need our ice scrapers next week, quite a few nights, because we have
Yikes.
lows in the 20s. So that's definitely going to be cold enough to see some of that on your car.
Wear your gloves.
Yeah, winter gear, heated seats.
Yes.
Heated steering wheel. Hope you have it all.
I got my
because-
heated vest.
And your heated vest.
Oh, yeah.
We have that heading into next week, so get ready. Very cold air is coming.
Yeah, okay, well, not very exciting stuff. But hey, we're in Michigan. You got to get the 4 seasons. Yep.
We've had a nice run with fall, so might as well just get right into some wintry weather. But obviously, this is just our first snowflakes. We're not talking about our first accumulating snow. That's not this. But maybe down the line, we'll see that sometime in November, probably.
Well, with all of the changing conditions, to prepare you for even, like Colton said, those slick spots coming up next week, especially when we get into the lows with the 20s. You're going to need your ice scrapers. You want to see what the road conditions are like and also the changing weather conditions. You can do both on the First Alert Weather app.
Yeah, it's definitely very useful. And if you're going to be heading out trick-or-treating with the kids, you can certainly have the app with you, knowing where those snow showers are or what the current temperatures are or current wind chills. Wind chills are likely going to be in the 20s during trick-or-treating. So it's all about just how cold it's going to be for this Halloween. Even if that snow chance ends up changing and it goes away, it's still going to be cold. We're only expecting highs in the 30s. So as the kids are trick-or-treating, definitely need to make sure that they're going to be dressed warmly. It's one of those Halloweens that you need to incorporate the coats with trick-or-treating because in the Halloween costumes, because it is going to be cold regardless with those temperatures that are only in the 30s again when trick-or-treating gets underway. So I can remember several Halloweens when I'm growing up that we needed to wear the coats. So this is definitely going to be one of those years that you need to incorporate that with your Halloween costume. So if you haven't quite gotten them yet, maybe you're going to go do that this weekend. Just keep that in mind, something that can be easily changed with some of those winter coats that are expected or that are needed as we head into Tuesday with these very chilly temperatures. And remember, you can download the News 10 First Alert Weather app. It is free on the Google Play and App Store. All you do is search WILX Weather in both of those places, depending on what type of phone you have, whether it's an iPhone or an Android. And you can download the app. It's free on both, and it is going to be super useful coming up with our changing weather, our changing things as we head into the winter season. We all know what comes with that. So it's nice to have it now.
Yes, well, there you go. Yeah, be prepared, like Colton said, and you can always continue to follow updates both on air and on our website, wilx.com. Of course, like Colton said, our meteorologists are constantly updating the forecast, looking at multiple different models, and giving you the best that you can get.
And the best part is that there's video updates in there too. So if you miss a newscast or you don't have our website available, you can pull up the app and get a video update with what our weather's going to be like too. And so we record those several times a day, and more often if we need to, if there's some severe weather going on. But it's definitely very useful.
All right. Thank you, Colton. We're going to now show what you can expect coming up during Mid-Michigan Matters, First Half 4, and our 90 minutes of news today. Starting with Mid-Michigan Matters. Let's see here. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That is happening throughout October, and I know it's getting towards the end of October, but hey, it's always good to have awareness on this. So we are bringing in a breast surgical oncologist from Sparrow Hospital today on what you need to know about breast cancer, talking about it generically, knowing about the different types of breast cancer, knowing the risks and how you can also limit your risk, and some of the things to do if you have breast cancer, how to go about that. So a lot of knowledge on what you need to know for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And then coming up today on News 10 at 5, while many communities face an increasing problem with placement issues for people with disabilities, one school in Eaton Rapids is taking a hands-on approach with students ages 18 to 26. And then coming up on News 10 at 5:30 today, we'll be live from Trick or Treat in the Square as we kick off this Halloween weekend. So you can get pumped up for that, get in the spooky spirit. And then coming up on News 10 at 6, the board of the Michigan Military and Veterans Hall of Honor will honor 12 Michigan veterans during their 5th annual induction ceremony. So lots of great stuff coming up on News 10 and our 90 minutes of news today. But we have our reporters out in the field, so I am going to send it to them.
I'm Erin Bowling, and today I'm at DeWitt High School because one of their Hall of Fame athletes, DJ Rayburn, well, he's serving as umpire this weekend for the World Series on Saturday. I'm speaking to some people who graduated with him, played sports with him, and more, and I'll have this story on News 10 at 5. Justin, over to you.
Thanks, Erin. Now you can see here behind me, this house is completely built by students. Not just this one, but many in this neighborhood, including one that has an open house later on tonight. I'll have that story coming up for you guys in our 90 minutes of news.
There could be a new way to vote in East Lansing city elections, and it's called voting by ranked choice. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this proposal coming up on the November ballot, and a little bit more about what an MSU expert had to say about how this could change future elections. Tanaya, tell us what you're working on.
Thank you, Riley. Federal prosecutors will not seek the death penalty against Rashad Trice, the man accused of kidnapping and killing 2-year-old Winter Smith. With the charge already illegal in the state of Michigan, I spoke to a law expert to see how this was even considered in the first place. I'll have that story coming up today on News 10 at 6. For now, back to you, Taylor.
Alrighty, Aaron, Justin, Tanaya, and Riley, thank you so much for sharing what you have coming up during our 90 minutes of news. And we have Amaya Koznicki up here who's still standing somehow.
I know. It was a long meeting today at the Board of Trustees meeting at Michigan State University's campus. Stood the whole time. I didn't expect it to go as long as it did.
What was it, 4 hours?
I think we were getting there.
Okay.
We're definitely getting there, but they touched on a lot of topics that you have seen just even on WILX. I mean, from Brenda Tracy was in a seat today. She did not speak, but she was there to witness everything. But from everything from Mel Tucker to Larry Nassar survivors to students, just everyone was kind of just taking the stand and kind of pleading their case to these Board of Trustees, just kind of hoping to hold them accountable for just everything going on at the university.
And the Board of Trustees also going through their own removals, resignations as well.
Yeah, it was definitely a tense environment. I know we have, Board Chair Rima Vassar, and then we also have Trustee Scott, who have kind of been going back and forth in the media, just kind of hoping for removal of one another. So there was also that to deal with. So, I mean, there was just a lot going on at Michigan State today.
Yeah, and when you were there, you said they were at full capacity.
Yeah, so actually initially when I first got there, I was stopped right away because they were like, this meeting's at full capacity. I was like, I'm media, can I go up? And they did let me up, but I don't know if any public was allowed up after me, just because it was tight. It was bumper to bumper in there. So there was a lot of people there to plead their case.
Yes. Well, Amaya, we'll let you hop off the desk
Yeah.
because, like you just said, there was a lot to go through. In fact, we were texting a little bit. You said your memory card almost filled up, and you have a large.
It did fill
oh, it did fill up.
But don't worry, I still have
We
a
still
story
have
for you
it.
guys.
Yes,
I
you
still
have plenty.
it.
We still have recordings, and you have a big story to put together. Lots to talk
Yes.
about. When can people expect your story later today?
You guys can catch the story on the Board of Trustees meeting tonight at 6 o'clock. So make sure you tune in to kind of hear what the public had to say and the Board of Trustees' response to those comments. So make sure you stick around.
All right, thank you, Maya. We'll
Yeah.
let you get working on that right now. Appreciate it. In the meantime, we're going to pull this up right now to end our News 10 Plus digital desk little episode today, or show. So if you go scan that QR code on the right side of your screen, you're going to pull up a list of resources. And this is part of our You're Not Alone mental health series here on News 10. We're doing this year-round. And every month you can expect multiple different stories talking about mental health, your emotional well-being. You'll hear from community members who, went through their own mental health challenges. And no matter what you're going through, right, there's a lot thrown your way in life, and life happens. So no matter what you're going through, you can scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Again, there's a list of resources from psychologists to psychotherapists, behavioral counseling, even, family counseling as well, and multiple different mid-Michigan communities. So Lenawee, Ingham, Eaton, Ionia, Jackson, definitely Livingston. I'm forgetting probably a few, but go scan that QR code. You will see what I'm talking about and know that you're not alone. Whether these resources are for you or someone else you may know or not know, you're not alone, and there is help out there. One last thing I'll leave you with on this Friday is the Lifeline chat. Also, if your emotional well-being is a little shaken up, you can call the number 988. Again, that number is 988. I'll give you one last look outside before we head out here because, like Colton said, it is the last warm day before we really not even just dip into low temperatures. We're going to almost plummet into those really cold temperatures here and getting ready for some of that snow, that frost, some slick patches and ice. So I'm going to send it outside right now. About 70 degrees, feeling pretty good. Colton was outside earlier. I was outside earlier. Felt great. In fact, I wanted to take my blazer off because I was like, wow, it's feeling really good out here. So not much sun. You're seeing all of the cloud-covered skies right now. This is over Michigan State University. I'll put up the little locator there for all of you. You're seeing all of those really just dense clouds out and about in the sky. So no matter where you're heading out today, remember Colton said in his forecast that, some things are going to be picking up a little bit later. Oh, and it looks like something happened right there. Not sure what happened. But yeah, so heading over Jackson. Jackson, you do see peaks of the sky here and there, so that's looking pretty good. Let me give you another look. Let's head over to Delta in just a second here. That's looking pretty good too, but yeah, you're still seeing those clouds in the sky. So again, no matter where you are today, prepare for those rain showers happening later on. Again, I know Halloween is happening this Tuesday, but I'm sure a lot of Halloween activities will get started this weekend. So make sure you're downloading the First Alert Weather app, staying up to date, and of course you can tune into Studio 10 coming up in just over half an hour today, followed by First at 4 and our 90 minutes of news. Till then, have a great Friday and a great weekend, everyone.